this is crucial when it comes to men, and this is what fucks with a lot of men the older you get. That woman that hurt you, look back in the past. Go back to the past. That woman right there that you hold, or the woman that triggers you, a lot of times that woman be shaping your reality. That woman, she shapes your reality because you're gonna always second guess yourself because you were with a woman and you developed that emotional attachment with that woman because you may not have a father there or whoever. Nobody never really told you about leadership. So what happens is you compensate with develop any emotional attachment to the bitch. So that emotional attachment that you have to that bitch, that emotional attachment that you have to the woman, that woman begins to shape your reality when it comes to love and relationship. And a lot of times, the reason why you can't walk away and fully be happy about the decisions that you're making, you don't lean on understanding, reasoning, and logic because you are emotional attached to the bitch. Do you understand that? If you don't, you gotta rewind because I don't even remember what the fuck I just said. But that woman becomes your end all be all. She becomes your end all be all because you develop that emotional attachment. You're not leaning on reasoning, logic, and understanding. Shit, you're not even leaning on common sense when it comes to the bitch. You just leaning on the bitch being in your life. That's it. That's all you leaning on. So if that's more important to you, then you a broken man, and you gonna stay broken after that bitch left you. That's why, cause this what men tell me. What did I do? Why did she leave? You asking yourself why did a bitch leave you? Why are you questioning yourself? Why is it that why she left? And then you turn that around with fucking hate. Why the fuck are you hating the bitch? Why do you even care? You know why you care? Because you develop an emotional attachment to the bitch. And you having mixed emotions. Now you going through the sixth stage of grief. Mad, angry, hate, love, miss, sadness, depression, withdrawal. You doing all that shit. Because that's the bitch that in your mind, that was the end all be all when it came to a bitch. You develop an emotional attachment to a woman that can give two fucks about you. And you don't lean on nothing when it comes to reasoning. None of that. You're still caught up on the bitch that hurt you. Instead of seeing that as a learning lesson. Maybe you was young. Maybe you didn't know better. Maybe you didn't see things clearly. Maybe you wasn't leaning on your energy. You fought the bitch. Then you fought yourself. Then you fought the bitch. That bitch should have been gone. Once a woman is not dealing with you anymore, you erase the bitch. You got to detach from that situation. Detach. You know how we women detach? You want to know how? We don't think about you. We fill our time up with other things. So if I used to call you and we used to hang out on the weekend, or if you were a man in my past, you just gonna be a man in my past. I'm gonna deal with a man that over trumps you. I'm not gonna sit back and lean on the man that hurted me. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna focus on what I need to get done so I can have a better life. You was just that part of my life that stopped me. We look at it like you stopped my growth. Like that's the nigga that stopped my growth. That's the nigga that kept me back. That's the nigga that stopped me. We do that shit and then we move forward. But we move forward so motherfucking fast. It's like a drive to win. That drive us to conquer the things we want. We're not gonna let you hinder us, especially for our future. Why? You were just a stumping block. We'll say, okay, that was the nigga that stopped my growth. That was the nigga that kept me from achieving the things I wanted to achieve. But men, you still caught up on the bitch And the bitch you develop the emotional attachment with, instead of develop an attachment to yourself. Because if you put yourself before the bitch, you wouldn't be leaning on the bitch. You still leaning on the bitch, and you don't even know it. You're still leaning on her, because what she do from the time that y'all not dealing with each other anymore, that has nothing to do with you. Anything. I don't give a fuck if the bitch is broke. I don't give a fuck if the bitch broke her leg. Who gives a fuck? That's not your bitch. That's not. So when you, and many men say, I don't give a fuck if the bitch leaves. I'm not attached to her. I'm not emotionally attached. Well, you keep repeating that, telling yourself that shit, is keeping your mind on the bitch. That's just common sense. You say that over and over and over and over again to try to tell yourself that you're not caught up on this bitch, and you caught up on the bitch. You're caught up on her. You are. Your mind's still going on her, because if you working and you building your life and you taking care of your children and you dealing with a new bitch, and you to move forward, whatever happened in the past is the fucking past. Who gives a fuck about the past? That past don't dictate my future. It enhanced my motherfucking life, because now I know not to give into a bitch when it comes to my emotion. Listen, let me tell you something. This a lot of mistakes men do. How you fall and how you become emotionally invested in a bitch when you care too much about her decisions. If a bitch is with you and she's making bad decisions, that's her business. Because she should already know, dealing with you, you don't even move like that. You don't play those games. But because you care, I care. I care because she's going out with her friends. I care if she know that I'm the type of man that I don't do that type of shit. I care. So I fight with her, and I fight with her. And she's taking me on this emotional roller coaster, and it's keeping me caught up. Why the fuck are you caring? I care if she go to work with a short ass skirt on, when she know I don't approve of that shit. Well, she's doing that shit. She's not trying to change, nigga, because she don't like you, nigga. You like her more than she like you, nigga. Do you understand that? Because you still trying to change a bitch, and a bitch don't change for a nigga we don't like. If I know you don't like that shit, I'm not going to do it. If I know that. If I know my man don't like me, kiki ka 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 in a nigga face, smiling in a nigga face. He don't like me wearing shorts. He don't like me going out past 8 o'clock. I ain't gonna fucking do it, because he's somebody I want. Do you get that? But you care. You care about the bitch. And that's how you become emotionally invested in a bitch. Emotionally attached to the bitch, because you care more than she does. She doesn't care, nigga. She don't care. You need to get that and understand that woman do not care. And you are more. If you got kids and you like, I don't understand why my wife, she know that, we have kids and she stays out late. She drinks. She parties. She throw things around the house. She don't cook for the children. She don't care about the children. Nigga, because you got a wife that don't give a fuck about you or the goddamn kids. Do you understand that? The bitch that you put in that position don't give a fuck about you or the kids. And then I'm so fucking tired of people saying women love their kids more than a man. That ain't fucking true. That ain't fucking true. A lot of times, them women don't even fucking like their kids. They just deal with them. And the reason why they have them around is because they're little objects. They benefit from them goddamn kids, so they keep them around. Okay, yeah, I love Bobby, Christina, Jimmy, and Jody, but I mean, they're just accessories. I don't give a fuck. I'm still gonna drink around them. I'm still gonna bring other niggas around them. When my husband going to work, I'm gonna wear some of the shortest shit to show my son that I'm a pure whore, and give my daughter this energy, make it okay for her to be a hoe. She don't give a fuck. She doesn't care. A lot of women don't give a fuck about their kids. And I'm not going to cap for these hoes. I'm not doing that shit. I'm not doing that because I know a lot of women don't give a fuck about them goddamn kids. Let's just be honest. Just how some niggas don't give a fuck about their kids, there are bitches that don't give a fuck about their kids because look how they treat their kids. You think I'm going to cap for that because she a woman? Fuck no. You got women that's on drugs taking their kids to the dope house. Taking their little kids to the fucking dope house to get drugs. The bitch smoke weed, she taking her kids to the dope house. You got women taking her kids, leaving them with they fucking 18-year-old male cousin. Fucking, he got all his friends at the house. She leave him there so she can go party. Come on now, get the fuck out of here. Come on now. A lot of women don't give a fuck about them goddamn kids. So when you say, oh my God, she's a mother, I don't want to take my kid away from their mother because she's a woman. Nigga, just because she got a hole between her motherfucking legs don't mean she's a fucking woman. That's not a woman. That bitch just shitted out children. Point blank, period. That don't mean she's a fucking woman. That's not a nurturer. That's not, because with women that truly love her kids, she don't trust nobody around her kids. And men, you know that when you dealing with a certain type of woman, you would never try to take your kids from her because you know she the type of bitch she'll die for her kids. And that's the type of woman men be wanting to be around their children. They want this type of woman to have their children. They want a woman that she ain't gonna trust anybody around her kids. She gonna make sure she watch where they eating. She gonna make sure she watch where they go. She gonna turn into the fucking nigga if somebody fuck with the churn. And when you ain't around, that's the type of woman men be wanting to have around their fucking kids. That bitch ain't a nurturer if she's willing to leave her 4-year-old daughters, her 10-year-old daughters with male cousins and male family members and go out and party. That ain't no fucking woman. And then you sit there and say, that's my wife. Because she got a hole between her legs. That's you. You emotionally invested in the bitch and you don't even see the demise she's causing to you and your motherfucking kids. Because you are emotionally invested with the bitch. You are emotionally invested with the bitch. And when you should be invested in your damn self. Because if you don't have your mind, how the fuck the train gon'... If you're the conductor of the train, how the train gonna get to its destination when you swerving all over the goddamn place? You're not even focused. You're the pilot. If you're the pilot and we're the passengers, how the fuck the plane gonna get to the destination if your mind all fucked up? You sitting there driving the plane and looking at the bitch and looking at the kids. Next thing you know, the plane go down. That's why it start with you. It start with you. So when you see a bitch doing erratic behavior, oh nah, bitch, I'm the conductor here. It ain't gonna happen like that. Bye, bitch. Bye.